I just want to do like an introduction to understand what is the true love and how to attract true love in a general way, and how and what are the relationships we practice, because it's like practicing relationships here every day. Can we actually verify if we found the true love, if the person we are with is our soulmate true love, or if we still are in the process of attracting, of also becoming, because to attract this true soulmate we have to become true soul. So it's a process, it's a journey in life. We have many goals. Of course, the relationship with the partner is not only goal, as before we can actually create perfect relationship with anybody, we actually have to have great relationships with whom? With ourselves. So that could take a lifetime. And then we magnetize ourselves to attract the polarity of our soul, which is the opposite. So if you are a man, you attract a woman. If you're a woman, you attract men in soul level, right? So as we travel through different lifetimes together, and we have different stories and different lessons we have to go through, different experiences which enrich our soul, which expand our soul. Our soul become more powerful, more beautiful, more majestic, more skilled, more uh, understanding itself, because the soul is unlimited. So there is never ending story how much we can expand and how much we can actually experience ourselves and understand ourselves, like how will we act and behave in different situations, right? We want to understand ourselves. How will we react to different situations? How we will be changing in different environments? How strong we are if we are challenged? So we have so many different whys why we go through this material world, and why we won't experience all those difficulties, and we forget who we are, we forget who is our soulmate. We are maybe on two sides of the planet right now, who knows, but we are still going and still learning. Every single day is our powerful experience of getting to know ourselves and getting to know ourselves more in different challenges. So it's like challenging ourselves basically to see how powerful we are, being so limited and still surviving and still pushing forward. So this is the biggest, the most ultimate challenge, when you suppress your powers and you make yourself smallest of the smallest, because God is the biggest and always expanding. But God, as the unlimited, he like cut himself into small pieces and become smallest of the smallest to experience how great he is. So we are the little gods who basically we compressed ourselves to the very tiny atoms and become one cell organisms, and then we expand to this physical body. And we are, as polarity of opposites, we always looking for our other parts. As in divine levels also do dual, transcendental duality, which is the polarity of female and masculine polarity, and it's never-ending story. So we are coming here, we are learning how to be either woman or man in this particular times, which are very challenging and very confusing. That's why, kids in schools getting confused. Am I born as male? Am I born as female? Because in reincarnation process, sometimes you will be female, sometimes you will be a male. And this is from the spiritual point of view, it doesn't matter. because your origin as a soul is important. But so the most important is in the relationship is understanding that we create our world with our thoughts and emotions. We create ourselves as what version we represent right now, and we create our relationships. We're talking today about love. So what we are focusing on, that's what we magnetizing ourselves with. And that's how the power of thoughts, they become more and more powerful. They attract other thoughts and they become emotions. And emotion is like an atomic bomb. Basically, it starts manifesting itself in reality. So if we are in a level of asleepness, not conscientious creation, that when we attract people who are also the same, it's like a mirror effect. So they are just showing us what we have to work on to awaken ourselves to who we truly are, to actually understand we are not this physical body, we are the soul, and that's from that level we can actually, the truth, we can actually attract the true relationship. Till that time, we have also true, in a way, relationships. Why? Because everything at the end and at the beginning starts with the same. It's me and God. So where are we coming from? We are coming from God. Where we end up, we are ending up, right, leaving this physical body, and we're going back to God, right? And God is everywhere anyway, because everything comes from God. So all energy which is building our body, it's outside of ourselves, inside of ourselves, is also God. But the illusion of traveling in this body is that we do traveling for the reason of experience, which is supposed to expand our soul. So basically, our focus creates. It's like a powerful laser, and the most powerful laser when we have arrow and we want to shoot the target number, right? 10. It's a perfect middle. Then we have to have laser focus. And this, I would treat that also as the highest power, okay? The highest power. Am I right? No. Here. So when there are two people, say, for example, two people, because we're talking today about relationships. We have two people which are trying to build healthy relationship. So first of all, they have to have healthy relationships with themselves. If they don't have a healthy relationship, what that means, healthy relationship? So healthy relationship would be to be basically that you are awakened and you actually are working on yourself. Means like you understand that external reality is only mirroring what's inside. So if you have any problems outside, I'm talking material world, right? Then you will start working inside to change the reflection in a mirror, which is, if it's smiling, if it's happy, it's all perfect, then just continue. If something is wrong, the mirror outside will show you something is wrong. So that means we have to get inside and find the causes, what's causing the projection of this problem. And the same with relationships, right? So that's why we have those relationships, either successful or not successful, because they're showing us as a mirror effect what's wrong inside of ourselves. So we cannot judge anything as bad because they're just the best helpers to help us to awake ourselves to the soul level where we are finally becoming connected where? To the higher power, which is our source of unlimited energy, unlimited love, unlimited abundance, unlimited everything we need. The soul needs, the body needs, okay? And right now, in the asleep state, we are mostly disconnected. A lot of time we are just disconnected. That's why this body is getting older. That's why we have different kind of lackful situations where we experience lack of either money, either health, either love, right? So we have to, first of all, to be successful, we have to be connected to higher power. Otherwise, we are asleep and we create by default the thoughts, negative thoughts, most of the time, which bombarding our mind and just showing us constantly that something is not right. So if we start working on ourselves, we are becoming more conscientious of our thoughts and emotions, we connect to higher power, then we are magnetizing ourselves with higher power. And that's the soul level, because higher power is highest spiritual power, okay? It's light and love. So when we are connected to higher power, then we become like independently powerful, right? If we are not connected to the power, higher power, we don't have connection to higher power. We are not taking all the energy we need and we want to survive and live and thrive and be happy, because it's source of happiness, source of rejuvenation, source of health, source of easy abundance manifestation, source of love, right? So if we are not connected to higher power, because we are still asleep and we are still letting ourselves to think negative thoughts and negative emotions, then what we're doing, we are hungry for this energy, because we are living on energy. Everyone is like a battery. We have certain amount of energy frequency in our body, and the mitochondria in our cells, they need energy to thrive. If we don't have energy, they die. The factory doesn't work without electricity. So what we do if we are not connected to higher power, then we are looking for energy in other source of energies. And we see people, oh, they are sources of energy. So what people do? They are looking for where I can plug in to get my energy. Because some energy we get from food, right? There are different qualities of energy. So there are like different qualities of food. Because if they're not coming straight from sun, as the sun is the source of energy, right? If they're not coming directly from sun, and I will talk about it on another show because it's also another topic, then it's very low energy, right? And people are starving. They're eating, but they're still starving. And more they eat this dirty food, I'll call low frequency dirty food, the more energy actually they use to digest it, and they lose energy more than they actually gain the energy from this food. So they need more food, they need more energy. So they're looking, how can I extract the energy from somewhere? So the people become each other vampires. It's like exchange of energy. If they're connected to higher power, like this, and even if they exchange the energy, but they take the energy from the highest source, so they have like a closed circle. See this triangle? Right? Triangle. So the triangle, number 3. So it's like number 1, number 2, I'll say differently. 1 and 1, and this is a 1. Okay, so it's 1, 1, and 1. So now when we're talking about 1 and 1, this is like a holy geometry or very transcendental mathematics, which is very deep knowledge too. Okay, so actually to be successful in this triangle, you have to have your own connection, right? So you are actually 1, 1, because your connection with 1, so you become 1, 1, 11, which is master number. And then your partner is also connected to the source, which is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So this way you can actually create perfect relationship, because you both connected to God, to higher power. Then when you exchange energy, this energy is godly energy. So it's not like you are empty and you're looking to suck energy from someone else who is not connected to higher power, and you drain this person to get some energy. You are full yourself, you are on a soul level, so you're connected to higher power, to God. So you're downloading all this happiness, all this love, all this higher power yourself directly from the source. And then when you have a partner who is doing the same, when you meet, it's like an atomic bomb. So for example, when you have sexual interactions, it's also atomic bomb. It's completely different level than people who are just empty and hungry. So this is one way. So remember the triangle. So see, the dollar is telling a lot of things, right? So the higher power, this higher power, which is like a sun, shining with a lot of unlimited energy of any kind, okay? Information, intelligence, anything really. You can pull out of this source anything you want if you know how. And this is like this whole seeing eye, which is God's eye, right? So God is in everything. God created everything. And God experienced himself through female and male, through us, as every me and you and every of us is his expression. So he is trying to enjoy himself through different versions of himself, as male, as female, or even all those like now mixed genders. Why not? God is unlimited. He wants to do anything, okay? Everything. But okay, look at this. It's gonna be very kind of condensed course. Like I will start talking more in detail on other shows because I cannot say everything. It's crazy amount of knowledge. So this is God who is experiencing his own self through us. Okay. So this is one thing. Let me clean up. Oh, I'm experimenting different tools, so be patient with me. Okay. So now, different levels of advancement if it comes to love. Different levels of our own success and taste of our love to ourselves, or taste of our love in between people, right? You can have different success levels. I mean, like how much love you feel, not even like how much love you extract, because on certain levels it's like that. How much love am I extracting from other people? Like how many girls can I get? How much love, how much energy I can pull out of them, or girls think the same way. So this is like a low, yet because we have like 7 chakras, right? So we have one. Oh, just I need to get better pencils. A little bit old. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's like a tree. Basically, this is also a tree. And those levels are like also like branches, and they're equal to different timelines, different frequency zones, as also colors, right? That's why they say chakras are different colors, and they have different characteristics, different frequency zones, and they will create different emotions, different states of consciousness, also connect you to different multidimensional worlds. And you can, if you are conscientious and awaken, you can extract good things out of it and not be manipulated by it. But if you're asleep, if someone is asleep, then automatically we are being under control. We are not controlling it, it controls us. So this way we can, we benefit less when we are asleep from the lessons, because every level has like a schooling systems and they teach us different things. So for example, first chakra, right, is like the lower, that's why the body is constructed the way that the sexual organs are as a lowest organs, right, the first chakra only. And we go through this school, all of us go through this school. But then we have higher organs, like there is a heart, and then is the throat, and then at the end is like a third eye, and right, we ascend to the divine level, right, where our consciousness is supreme. That's who we truly are, because we're getting out of this body sooner or later. and who we are besides this body right now, it's much bigger than this body, much more beautiful, much more powerful, much more intelligent. It's divine. It's divine. So can you imagine what means divine? So that is this highest level. So beauty, health, happiness, love, pleasure is on the highest level. All right. It's not like, oh, you go to church and they tell you like you need to beat yourself, you need to punish yourself, or like you need to suffer to be divine. No, you have to go through process of buddhi, and I'll explain you in a moment, because love is bhakti. This is Sanskrit, the oldest language. So the love is also energy. It's called bhakti. But the process, it's buddhi, is a process of intelligence, of information, and downloading information, processing information, and using information in your own life, in every aspect of who you are. So this lowest program, lowest school level, it's like preschool, okay? We go through it, and we, a lot of times, unfortunately, we get stuck there. Right? We go through those levels, right, in life. We're supposed to, in one life, if we can make it, it's like we are very powerful then. We already, like, if you can go in one life through all those levels and succeed on every level of the school, you either been a lot of lifetimes here and already finished them successfully, because it's a lot of material to go through, a lot of knowledge, a lot of work, a lot of practice, a lot of understanding, a lot of upgrading your DNA, upgrading your the whole system. Okay, so it's hard to do it in one lifetime. But for example, if we talk about like one lifetime, okay, so then we practice all those levels and achieve skills, achieve a level of consciousness, means like how easy you create, how easy you manifest your thoughts, and what kind of thoughts you think, because quality of thoughts is like quality of food. If you eat junky food, your body becomes junk. If you eat very high sophisticated food full of sun, then your body is rejuvenating like crazy. You're aging in completely different way, okay? And your consciousness is also different, because the food is actually should be living organism, which actually feeds your soul too, because at the end is the power of sun. Sun is actually energy which even scientists verified it's a spiritual energy, because if sun would be material, then the sun rays which hit our skin would hurt us like needles. So actually it's a soft spiritual energy which give you life to your cells, give life to your whole body and consciousness. It's a deeper topic for some other show. But we are talking about this 7 chakras as a general levels of consciousness, general schooling systems, like when you go to first grade, second grade, then college, then university, right? And all those levels, of course, you're more intelligent, more skilled, more, self-confident, more feeling worthy because you know so much and you know how to do a lot of things. So even if you're, for example, here on these higher levels, you can still practice activities from the lower levels, like sexual life, right? But the quality of it becomes so much more sophisticated, so much more pleasant, so much more powerful, and like sex for 9 hours with crazy orgasms, okay? But it's talking about this level. And a lot of knowledge comes from ancient scriptures, like, for example, Kama Sutra, which Kama Sutra is not position book, okay? It has very little to do with body, positions. It's a lot talking about psychology, spirituality, consciousness, connection to higher power, because sexual life is not only for pleasure, it's transmuting a lot of energy from other dimensions. And it can actually make you enlightened. if you know how to use this prana, this divine energy, you know. So we're gonna talk about it on some other shows, because right now I just do introduction. So we have those 7 levels of schooling, and why this is important when it comes to relationships, because like you see, uh, with relationships you go through different activities, right? You use a lot of emotions, and with different level you learn how to control your emotions. So basically how to use different emotions, because the emotions also become chemistry in your body. Emotion can kill you or heal you. Okay, adrenaline can kill you, and dopamine can heal you. So you have to be aware of how all this process is very beneficial if you are awakened and you actually have information and you know how to use it for your benefits, you know. But coming back to this answer to the question, the karmic relationships and the soulmate relationship. So when we there are a few versions of reality can happen, like those people who go 40 years together. Maybe they're actually soulmates and they went through being very unconscious to being very conscious, sometimes, not always, together. So that means that they went through being, you know, less advanced to being more advanced. They maybe did a lot of, you know, schooling in their previous lives, or they're just karmic relationship stuck together because they're lazy souls and they're just like comfort and they don't develop so much spiritually. So there are different options why people are either stuck together or they're actually in a beautiful loving relationship for all lifetime because they already did their school before. So the original relationship we have, it was like this triangle we have with God, but in this material facility we are manifesting our other half of the apple to have different realizations, different experiences which we can build on, understanding who we are, and you know, develop more skills, spiritual skills based on those experiences. So how to this is very general explanation, like I probably think a lot of people are not even maybe how you guys doing, by the way. I see Anna, Halinka, how are you guys doing? So if you have any questions, comment, please feel free to you know, interrupt me as I'm going with this you know, information pretty fast. And like I say, it's a very experimental time when I'm learning how to you know, this is not general topic I was always talking about. It was more topic, my topics on the radio were about health, natural health, how to get rid of cancer or diabetes, and also positive thinking, also power of your mind, how to think deliberately to create deliberately your life, achieve your goals, right? But I see a lot of need for relationship talks, as this is in my life also a lot of realizations which I can share, especially with younger people who are still didn't settle in marriage and they make decisions. So the very important part of success in a relationship is making right choices to, you know, who you pick as your partner, because once you pick someone and get married, then you're kind of stuck in this you know, this dynamics. It's not easy to withdraw yourself that time if you already have the family and you want to grow and suddenly this person doesn't grow at all, so you want to grow and this person pulling you down. So that's next picture of my on my table. Why, for example, we have difficulties in relationships. Okay. So we have success when we have triangle. Like before I showed, that was the triangle with the eye on the top, right? Which the eye on the top is God, is number one. And we are one and one. When this one has a connection to higher power, to God, is 1-1. When this one is connected to higher power, is 1-1, right? So we are whole as individualities, but we are coming together. We are just two gods together. It's like, right? We become perfect triangle as the God is part of it. It's a godly relationship. It's powered by divine power. But to achieve, and it's like godly means you're creating the best version of yourself, and you keep creating it, and you create the best version of your relationship, and you also help the partner create best version of himself, because the center is God. And what we are doing when we are not there, right? So for example, to summarize it, when we are two people who to create perfect relationship, we focus on our own source. We are not like vampires looking for other person to suck energy from this person to be happy or to have anything from, right? So we are generators of our own true love, because we are connected to the true source of the true love. And that's where we are getting the energy. So we are focused upwards. We are focused upwards. And then when two people who are focused upwards, so they focus on God, on higher power, meet together, and when they are holding each other's hands, okay, they're still going up because their focus is up. They can hold each other's hands, help each other to stay balanced, right? But still we're focused up. When people stop focusing up and start focusing on each other. So if you have, for example, ballerina walking on the rope, and there is a second person also